I know this is a classic, and it's Seuss, and no one is supposed to blaspheme when it comes to his good name, but come on. Sally and her brother have become what they rebelled against. The idealism of another generation is crushed under the weight of convention. This is a very disturbing book. Welcome back, book burners. We're looking at top reviews of popular books you were burned by or burned through. My name is Ben. Let's dive in. Today's book is The Cat in the Hat by Dr. Seuss. With an overall rating of 4.19 stars on Goodreads and 576,000 reviews, let's jump in with the 1 star. Kelly says, in honor of Dr. Seuss's birthday, I post an annual review of one of his works. Normally they fart sunshine and rainbows, but today we're going to spend a minute with the book that makes me want to... I know this is a classic, and it's Seuss, and no one is supposed to blaspheme when it comes to his good name, but come on. 2 kids who are stupid enough to let a creepy effing cat in their house, only to nearly demolish the place, obviously are not mature enough to be left home alone on a rainy day. I know, it's just a cute story, but sometimes you gotta call it the ridiculous. Anyway, read this to your kids, they'll love it. 2 stars. Sandy says, I really can't stand this book. It's one of those my son had me read over and over and over when he was little. Seriously, what kind of mother leaves her young children at home? Who is this cat? Why is he such a troublemaker? Is it okay they do all this rotten stuff just because it gets cleaned up before the mom gets home? This is a very disturbing book. 3 stars. Alejandra says, I don't know about you, but I found this quite creepy and I'd be worried if that dang cat would be left alone with my children. Yes, I know it's Dr. Seuss and his charming world of tales and the cat in the hat would never harm a kid, but you wouldn't know that if this happened in our messy world. So I'm left worried about what kind of message kids get out of this tale. Trust the strangers with funny hats and don't tell truth to your parents? By the way, the fish is the unsung hero of this story. 4 stars. Valerie says, I like at the end of this book when the mother comes home and the text reads, should we tell her about it? Now what should we do? Well, what would you do if your mother asked you? My daughter always looks up at me and says, I would tell you, Mommy, but I don't believe her. 5 stars. Sasha says, Seuss's most cynical political work describes the cycle of every generation. First you hate the machine, then you rage against the machine, then you forgive the machine, then you become the machine. Sally and her brother, who, like Dostoevsky's Sick Man and Ralph Ellison's Invisible Man, will remain unnamed, joined with the force of revolution embodied by the Cat in the Hat. Together they recruit agents of change and chaos, the Furious Thing 1 and 2, to dismantle the oppressive world built by their parents. The ensuing freedom proves too much for them, though. They turn against the cat, and finally they capture and cage Things 1 and 2. Meanwhile, the Cat in the Hat literally becomes the machine. His promise of anarchic freedom is a facade. In fact, he is an agent of stasis, and everything is put neatly back just as it was. The revolution will be reset. Sally and her brother have become what they rebelled against. The idealism of another generation is crushed under the weight of convention. And what will you do when your mother asks you? So there you have it. Those are some of the top reviews on the book, The Cat in the Hat. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments and tell me which one I should